So, Tom, when we fired up Service IQ and Equity IQ, we started with texting. And why did we start with that? Well, I would think it's pretty obvious. I mean, it gets right to somebody's eyes as fast as possible.
Yeah, and that's true. It's not quite that simple though,
No,
as
it's
we
not.
learned the hard way. There's a big deal about keeping dealers compliant, and we had to go very far down the wormhole, all the way down to the actual carriers that deliver these text messages to the customer cell phones, and understand they all have rules. Forget about the federal compliance. The carriers actually have stricter rules than the federal government does at this point about delivering this stuff, just to try and keep it relevant because it's delivered right to their screen. It's not like you got to go to an inbox. I mean, this message is delivered right to their screen, and it's a near instant reaction, right? It's not buried anywhere. It's right there on the front of their screen. And so that was quite a journey for us, but we thought it was worth it. And I think we've come up, honestly, one of the slickest solutions in the market right now to actually deliver this stuff and keep that dealer fully compliant. We do have a full explicit consent from the customer process. It's built in now to the platform, and gives the dealer multiple ways to protect themselves based on their state laws. And it's all been worth it because the results that we're driving off of our text equity offers are, again, off the chart. It never ceases to shock me when I run the reports each month about how many of these we send and how many customers are looking at them. It's really fun because it also flips the whole piece with the engagement with the sales staff and the BDC at the dealerships. They no longer have to make cold calls. Now they're calling simply on people that have raised their hand, and they know exactly what that customer's thinking. And it does kind of create a magical experience for the salespeople working these leads.
Well, you said explicit consent. And when you think of that, we send a text, we ask the customer for permission to communicate, and they say yes. And then it starts. And from there, they go from a text, they go into this app, and they play inside of our app. So not only do we know, okay, yes, they've explicitly consented, it means they have interest. And then their continued engagement within the app just shows how deep it is. And it's a magical pairing.
Yeah, I mean, you've got all that, and you've even got another layer if the dealer really, really wants to be, take it to the nth degree, where we can actually help them build right into their repair order a written consent, also a signed off consent. Again, it's up to the dealer and up to their state, but it's been a really interesting journey. But dealers are loving it, and the salespeople are loving it, and so it makes it all worthwhile. All the work that we've done to get the text up and running first, and it was definitely the right move.